I'm Connor Northrup. I'm now joined by bantamweight Brad Katona, who takes on Borislav Nikolic at Brave 50 on April 1st. Brad, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, I struggle with your opponent's name a little bit.
Yeah, I know. I'm not going to try. I'm not going to try. I'll let you. Like even the guys here, they pronounce it. I was like, if you say that's right, that's what it is then, because I'm not going to try it at all.
Yeah. And now I know you're in Bonn right now. Like, are you currently like in quarantine? Are you just kind of like hanging out? Like, what is like your current like state? I guess.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm in Bahrain here, and we're pretty much stuck to the hotel grounds. So it's not the worst. It's not like fight week. You're doing a whole ton anyway. Like normally I go find a mall and wander around, but I'm a little bit more confined. But it's easy to find the negative, but the positive is I'm fighting. It's still the pandemic, and there's a lot of goodness. I have my PlayStation, I have a computer, I have a Nintendo Switch. I have entertainment for days. And I got like FaceTime and Skype and all of that. So something like this interview just breaks up my days. So I'm happy to be doing it.
All right, great. What kind of games you playing? What kind of games did you bring along?
Oh, what do I have on the go right now? Uh, I was playing Breath of the Wild on the way here on the plane, so that's good. And then I was playing Fallout 4 on the PlayStation, but it was moving a little too slow, and then you're thinking about
Okay.
the fight. So then I was like, okay, I need something like a little later, a little faster paced. So Ratchet and Clank was, I think, for free for a little while. So I got that, and so I started playing through that. It's been a year since I played one of those games. I think PlayStation 2, I played a Ratchet and Clank game. So it's been a while, and yeah, so basically I've been playing that, watching The Office, just
There you go.
being just relaxing, like what you do when you're sick from school, I guess.
Yeah. And I'm assuming you're watching The Office on Peacock, right? Because it's no longer on Netflix.
Uh, it's on Irish Netflix, so just
Oh,
waiting for
okay.
me to get yeah.
Perfect.
Hopefully nobody from Netflix is watching because they're trying to patch all that stuff. Yeah.
And now I know you said like right now you're kind of in your like little space here. You can't go much. Like, do you have any plans? Like, how tight is like the quarantine there? Like, once the fight's over, or anything? Do you have any plans to maybe like check out the city afterwards, or anything like that? Like, is it pretty like, or are the restrictions pretty tight in Bahrain right now?
My understanding is like the restrictions are pretty well lifted. You just need to wear a mask. That's my understanding. I could be completely wrong. That is my understanding, and I'm here for basically 2 days afterwards. Just the way flights worked, and so I'm hoping that I can get out and have a little bit of normality here. Because in Ireland we're locked down completely. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind hitting them all. Just like I'm not a big shopper, but it would be nice to just be normal. Go for a meal and go check out some things.
Yeah. Where now, like, how did that work too? Like, with Ireland, like you said, it's like pretty intense there as far as restrictions, anything. Like, how did the travel work? Like, did you have any trouble like getting to Bahrain?
I got a whole lot of nose swabs, whole lot of PCR tests. To come here, I think I needed one within 48 hours, so I got tested then. Then when you land, you get tested, and then all fight week they're going to be testing us. So, um, yeah, it's not the most pleasant experience, but honestly, it was all fairly smooth sailing. Brave kind of took care of everything for us, just arranging and getting that all taken care of. So for me, it's just basically show up when I'm told to show up and then take the test. So yeah, we're getting treated quite well out here.
Yeah, that's great. And I know it's been well over a year since you last competed too. What's just the feeling right now, just being days away?
It's exciting. I got a smile on my face for a reason. It's been over a year, and not because I wanted it to be over a year. I wanted to fight in on Halloween in October. I wanted to fight before that, but unfortunately, that wasn't in the cards. And be it what it is, I'm excited, and it's a big event here. It's Brave's 50th event. They'll put in. It's gonna have all the bells and whistles, the biggest fights, and so I'm proud to be a part of that. I'll be making my Brave debut on such a big show.
Yeah. And I think the last time I talked to you was right before that Stipe Burchik fight. Well, what was supposed to be the Stipe fight, but like with that too, like obviously, I'm sure you would have loved to have the fight, but I'm pretty sure you went through like almost like a full camp for that too. So like when you do look at it, and you did have that much time off. I mean, was that good in a way of just like actually like kind of like putting your body through that, I guess, and almost like preparing for competition when you did have kind of such like a long layoff there?
Yeah, there's obviously benefits to going through camp. That one was a little bit longer than I'd like for no payoff.
Yeah.
It was, it was supposed to be 6 weeks, I think, with a different opponent for the September 5th card. And then some winter, you know. So that was enough time, just enough time that basically it couldn't take much time off in between what would be camp to getting ready for October 17th. So then we rolled
Mhm.
into that. Then it was 2 weeks after that, October 31st, for 5 rounds, which was fine. But that was a 14-week camp, which is what, about a quarter of a year there. So that's a long
Yeah.
time to be spending in camp, and it's obviously on the body and more me attacking on the body fell back a little bit, but thankfully recovered it all. I'm working with a great nutritionist and Tristan Kennedy. He's one of the best out there, and we recovered, and so everything went really smooth. So was the benefit? Obviously, camp is going really changes with my training outside of camp. Not worrying about peaking, So I was been getting good. Yeah, it's still experience under the belt.
Yeah. Yeah, I got most of that. It was kind of cutting out there a little bit, but I do have a question too. I mean, as far as like we talk about that layoff,
So,
yeah, no worries. But as far as like when you talk about the layoff too, does it feel like it's been like a full year, like over a year since you last competed? Does it feel like it's been a long time?
uh, not really. Anytime it's been 4 months or more between fights, it feels. I don't want to say alien. It feels like it's been a while. It was only when you're fighting every 3 months or so that like 4 times a year feels like it's recent, but almost that extra month for whatever reason you get the full cycle of relaxing for about a month and then ramping back up into a camp. So um, it feels fairly normal in all honesty. I've had some really good spars for this camp stuff, spars that push you and get the nerves going again. So uh, I'm no stranger to the pressure. Like it feels normal. It's just a slightly different venue now.
Yeah. And you already talked about like the professionalism of Brave and that promotion. What's if I know you just signed a deal with them too? This is the first of that deal too. So what kind of excitement is there to kind of be with a promotion like this?
You know, uh, it's quite exciting to putting on shows, especially during the times. That's very impressive, and it's very exciting. Like only because of the pandemic and people accepting it. So Brave seems like they have some good plans in the future. They're only building from here. This being the 50th event, it's a big one to cap it off. Feels like it's a nice one to kind of start my career with them. And it's hopefully making a title run here, and getting that belt and keep on climbing up. So I'm happy to be growing with them. It's quite exciting just to have a home now where I'm going to be staying active. There's going to be little issues, at least on the promotion side that we have with Brave. So for me, it's just exciting. It's cool. They've had global events all over the world. So it's always neat being able to travel as well. But mostly, it's kind of eyes on the prize and let's go get that belt.
Yeah, awesome. And how many fights did you say the deal was? How many, if you don't mind me asking?
It's a multi-fight contract. I won't get too much into the weeds there, but it's a multi-fight contract, and for me, it gives me plenty of time to make a title run and then defend it.
Yeah, perfect. And obviously, you take on Borislav in this first fight too. What's kind of like your first take on him?
Uh, you know, he's a submission guy. He goes for the finish, and you know, I have to give him credit because he hops on things. A lot of good submission guys, they don't actually go for it. You know, it seems like he fights at potentially 110% of his potential. So he's dangerous, you know. But all things considered, he's never fought the competition I fought, and he certainly never fought anybody quite like me. I'm by far the biggest step up in his career, and it's quite the jump when you talk about who he's beaten versus who I am. Like I said, I gotta respect the guy. He did say yes. You know, he's coming to party. You know, he's 8-0 for a reason. But I've made a career kind of beating undefeated guys. I did that in the Ultimate Fighter, and I did that before the show as well. You know, so this is just another one to continue on my career beating undefeated guys.
Yeah. You're making my job easy, Brad. I was gonna touch on like his record too, because yeah, if you do look at that, I think the most experienced guy he's fought, besides you coming up, the guy only had like 5 fights, I think, and I think he had like a 2-3, 3-2 record, I believe. And then I know he does have 6 submissions. So like, is the submission game, is that like a big part of kind of something that you're kind of looking out for?
Yeah, you know, obviously when someone has 6 submissions and it doesn't matter against 2, you probably shouldn't put your neck out there to get choked. I think that would be smart. But with that said, you know, I fought Bryce Mitchell, one of the best submission guys in the UFC right now, and well, I submitted him, you know, and that's not anything to take away from Bryce. That just speaks to my own potential on the ground and in grappling exchanges. So you know, if the fight goes there, I'm confident everywhere in this fight just because I know the work I've put in this past year and a half, you know, is going to show on Thursday.
Yeah. I know everyone obviously, likes to get a finish, and he's never, I don't think, even been past the second round. He has all finishes to his career. Any part of you kind of want to like take him into like that third round, take him into like a little bit of deep waters?
You know, there's always something satisfying about watching someone drown in there. Yeah, I like quite frankly, he gets to decide how he loses. You know, if we're going to decision, we'll go into the decision. 15 minutes, and there's a long time with me though. Obviously, it'd be nice to get in, get out, just like a hitman, get it done. Um, but man, I put in a lot of work that I'd like to showcase. So honestly, he decides, and you have to tune in to see because man, I got a lot of things to show.
Yeah. Brett, I can tell you're a nice guy, but when you said you like to watch a guy drown, you said it with such like a smile on your face. It was like sinister.
Yeah, you know, there's definitely a screw loose. It's one of those things where I'm like, yeah, I'm fairly normal, and then there's something like some Roy McDonald screw loose as well. You know, it's you know, we're fighters, but for me, it's nothing personal. And honestly, it's just
Yeah.
a matter of me showing my abilities and really showing it off, like a kid excited on at the science fair. I'm just excited to show off what I've been cooking up for. Like it has been 18 months, so man, there's been some ground covered.
Yeah, absolutely. And do you kind of have a prediction for this fight? I know you said he can kind of choose the way he loses. Do you have like a prediction?
I don't, man. With someone who's with an opponent like this, is very hard to predict. It's very hard to say, okay, like I'm, you know, I can just count on my performance really, and I'm going to keep doing the right things until he makes a mistake. You know, it's going to be just keep on making the right calls, and then eventually he makes the wrong one, and we capitalize on it. You know, and that's what it is. It's going to be it fighting's, you know, a competition of moments. You know, it's a whole bunch of small little moments that are going to add up and you know, get me the victory. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to performing again. I'm looking forward to, you know, the rough sleep the night before. I'm looking forward to every part of it, the good, the bad, the weight cut. You know, it's all going to be an experience.
For sure. Yeah. And then one of my last questions too is I saw on Instagram you actually got to train with pro boxer Ryan O'Rourke. Now, was that something that you were doing like throughout your camp, or was that just like a one-time thing?
You know, I've been working with O'Rourke's boxing gym for a number of months now. ever since my last fight fell through, the EMC one, at that point, I was like, okay, I need some dedicated boxing coaching at the next level, So working with Stephen O'Rourke and then, sparring his son Ryan and the great athletes there, it's really kind of stepped up my game. It's also let me get those butterflies again. When you're an MMA fighter and you walk into a boxing gym, you're going to be put through the paces for a little bit, and you got to earn your place. Thankfully, I've earned my spot getting coached by Steven, and he's been really supportive and trying to mold me into the best boxer I can be, and then it's up to me to translate those skills to MMA. And I think that's one of the things that's really stepped me up. Just what I'm seeing now, just the options I'm seeing, everything's getting, and we're just starting. That's the exciting part for me, is we're just getting started. All can building skills and abilities. A year down the line, 2 years down the line.
Yeah. Is that one of the biggest things we can kind of look forward to this next fight? Like, is going to be very improved striking?
It's hard to say, because there's so many parts of my game that have improved. Honestly, I can look at it and it is every piece of my game that's been not just a small improvement. It's been jumps. Even training, it's been jumps in improvement. It's everything's the best it's ever been. Weight cuts going very smooth. Every performance, and so that's what I'm counting on, and I'm going to do my best to get the win. With that said, I'm going to go out there and perform, and then let everything take care of itself after that.
Yeah, great, Brad. Thank you so much for your time. I really do appreciate anything you want to say before I let you go.
I appreciate the time as well, but to all the guys following me out there and sending support and love, I feel it and I appreciate it. It's not easy, but you guys make it the best job in the world, so thank you.
That's awesome. All right, Brad, thank you so much for your time. Again, I really do appreciate it, especially during fight week. And nothing but the best on April 1st.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much.